students. So today we are going to start with the new chapter, that is reproduction. Reproduction means to say produce again and again. Now the thing is, you know very well, living organisms have to die one day. And yes, before dying, these organisms reproduce to continue life. So that is the rule of life. Now the thing is, reproduction is a process by which living things produces young ones of their own kind, and it is also known as a process to increase their number by an organism. So that is reproduction. Now if we talk about the types of reproduction, so an organisms can reproduce by sexual reproduction, and there are some organisms which reproduce with the mode of asexual reproduction. Now sexual reproduction is a reproduction which involves the fusion of female and male reproductive cells to form a fertilized egg that grow into an organism. So sexual reproduction involves the two parents, and this is one is male and second is female. Similarly, if we talk about asexual reproduction, so in asexual reproduction, no two parents are required, but only single parent is sufficient to produce a new generation. So that is asexual reproduction. So if we talk about the sexual reproduction in detail, so in animals such as frog, fish, birds, reptiles, mammals, humans, so they are having separate male and female forms. I mean, male organism is having different reproductive organs and female organisms are having different reproductive organs. And yes, one interesting thing is that male organisms are going to produce male reproductive cells that are called as male gamete and known as sperm. And similarly, female organisms are going to produce female reproductive cells, and these female reproductive cells are called as female gamete, and it is known as egg, or it is also called as ovum. So egg or ovum is female gamete and sperm is male gamete. Now, whereas in some animals, so this is the animal in which these sex organs are present in different organisms. So one organism is female and one organism is male. Whereas some animals like earthworm, in which both the sex organs of male and female are present in single organism. So earthworm is having both the sex of male and female. So these organisms are known as hermaphrodite. So these are hermaphrodites. So remember this name hermaphrodite. Okay, so what I have told you is male and female both are going to fuse together in the case of sexual reproduction, and when this fusion is taking place, so the new kind of cell is going to produce, that is known as zygote. So male and female gametes are going to fuse together to form zygote, and the process of fusion of these male and female gamete or sperm and egg is called as fertilization. So in this picture, so you can see this is the sperm, which is spindle in shape, and this is the egg, and these are going to fuse together to form a new kind of cell. This is the fertilized egg, and this is known as zygote. So this process of fertilization, this process of fusion of gamete is known as fertilization. So this is overall fertilization. Now if we talk about fertilization, so fertilization can be external or it can be internal fertilization. So what is external fertilization? Obviously, in this type of fertilization, the egg and the sperms are going to fuse together at outside the body of the organism. So if it is taking outside the body of the organism, then this fusion will be called as, fusion of gametes will be called as external fertilization. So like in the case of frog, fish, which lives inside the water, specifically these are the animals which lives in the water like sea, like pond. So these animals are going to show the external fertilization. So they are going to release, like females are going to release 100 of eggs in jelly like material like this into the water, and same time the male animal or male part organism is going to release the sperms into the waters, and these sperms are going to swim into the water to reach the egg, and where they are going to fertilize this egg to form the zygote. So this type of fertilization is external, taking outside the body of organisms. So this is external fertilization. Now if we talk about internal fertilization, so animals like birds, reptiles, mammals, male, they deposit the sperm, that is the male gametes, inside the reproductive system of the female. So male gamete is going inside the female reproductive system, and where it is going to fertilize it with the female gamete. So this is a kind of internal fertilization. So because it is taking place inside the body of female, so that is internal fertilization, whereas external fertilization was taking outside the body of the individual, so that is external fertilization. Now if we talk about internal fertilization, so same internal fertilization take place in the case of human also, because human is also having two type of organism, one is male and second is female. So male is having male reproductive part and female is having female reproductive part, and the gametes of the male is again called as sperm and the gamete of female is called as egg. And yes, male gamete is going to reach into the female organ, and yes, it is going to fuse with the female gamete and they are going to form zygote. So again, in the human it is internal fertilization. Now before understanding about the reproductive parts of the human and male and female, so we are going to discuss the word what is puberty. So puberty is a word which is going to describe the sexual maturity of a individual. So if it is boy, so the puberty stage will appear during the age of 11 to 16 years, whereas if it is girl, so it will appear in the age of 10 to 15 years. So puberty is sexual maturity. That means there is a biological change that will occur in the body of boy and girl due to the hormonal change, and this hormonal change will induce some type of characters in the boys, which is like voice of the boys will become deeper and growth of hair will appear onto their faces like body parts, and yes, their shoulders will become broadened and muscles will develop and development of sex organ. So these all characters will appear in the boys during the puberty, and this puberty, because of this character we can identify or we can categorize that yes, puberty is attained. So normally this puberty period appear in the case of boys during the age of 11 to 16. Similarly in girls, the puberty characters will be like development of breast, deposition of fats in hip area or hip parts, and onset of menstrual cycle and development of sex organs. So these are the characters which are going to be appear in the case of boys and girls during the puberty age. Now we are going to study the male reproductive system. So here I have already told you that human reproduce with is having two type of sex, male and female. So in male, so these are the organs which are present in the male reproductive system. So these are organs like vas deferens, testis, scrotal sac, urethra, penis. And yes, this is the diagram of the sperm which is released by the testis. So remember, testis is a male gonads. Remember, in the next chapter also it will come in your syllabus. So testis is a male gonads, and which is going to release the sperm, and yes, it is also going to release the hormones. Remember that hormone is known as testosterone, and this is the only testosterone hormone which is going to give the various character in the boy, like beard, like mustache, like broadening of shoulders, like all. So this is the hormone that you have to remember, testosterone. Now if we talk about the female reproductive system, so in the female reproductive system, so again ovaries are present, which is again a type of gonad. So these are in pair, like testes also in pair, so these are also in pair. So this is the left side, this is the right side, ovaries, and yes, it is also going to release egg. So egg is released by these ovaries. So this egg is released by ovaries, and also the hormones, that is estrogen and the progesterone. Remember, these are the hormones in the females which are going to induce the characters which are there in the puberty time. So that is estrogen and progesterone. So these hormones you have to remember. Now if we talk about the fertilization, so I have already told you the sperm of male gamete, that is the male gamete, is going to fuse with the egg released by the ovary of the female sex organ, and it is going to fertilize to form the zygote. So same fertilization is taking place inside the human also. Now one more thing that you have to keep in mind is, if the ovum or the egg is not fertilized by the sperm, so it is expelled from the uterus of the female along with some uterine muscles and blood. So this process is known as menstruation. It is menstruation, and yes, remember, this menstruation is a kind of cycle which is known as menstrual cycle, in which involve the formation of ovum inside the ovaries, release of the ovum from the ovaries, and expelling of the ovum with blood and uterine muscle. So this is a cycle. I mean, this is a complete cycle of 28 days, which is known as menstrual cycle. So remember, this is a 28-day cycle in which ovum is formed and released by the ovary, and then finally it is expelled out from the uterus part, that is with the blood and uterine muscle. So this is menstrual cycle. So remember this thing. Okay, now if we talk about the next stage after the fertilization of the male and female gamete to form the zygote, so there will be a development of embryo. So in the female part, when internal fertilization is taking place, so this development of embryo will take place after the formation of zygote. So zygote will travel down the duct, that is known as oviduct. So remember, if you can see the part of female sex organ, so this is oviduct. So the ovary is going to release the egg, that is ovum. It is going to go inside this oviduct, and here if it is fertilized, so it is going to fertilize over here to form zygote. Now these zygotes are undergoing the various changes. So these various changes is like division of cell will take place, and a ball of cell is going to form, and due to cell division. And yes, this ball of cell will undergo differentiation into tissue and into the organ to form a embryo. So embryo is a developing structure for the first 8 weeks after the fertilization. So this is zygote, which is going to convert into the embryo. And yes, later on this embryo, which is going to develop further inside the female or the mother womb, and yes, it will differentiate, I mean, various body parts like head, like hands, legs, etc. These limbs are going to form inside the womb of the mother, and yes, a fetus will be recognized. So this stage will be known as fetus, in which these body parts like hand, head, legs will be developed. So this is fetus, and ultimately this fetus will develop more inside the mother, and it will come out in the form of new baby. So this is the development of embryo taking place in the human. Now there is an organisms like viviparous and oviparous. So both these organisms are having internal fertilization, but the viviparous organisms or animals, they are the animals which give birth to the young ones, like cat, like dog, like cow, like buffalo, like human. So these are the organisms which give birth to the young ones, that are called as viviparous animals. Same time, there are oviparous organisms which are going to lay eggs, and these eggs, after the hatching process, these are going to develop into the young ones, like hen, like snakes, like crocodiles, like turtles. So these are the organisms which are oviparous. Oviparous means to say they are going to lay egg, and these eggs are going to be hatched further to develop into the new young ones. Yes, and yes, this development, I mean this hatching process, hatching time generally takes 3 weeks in the case of hen, Remember, so the eggs of hen will develop into the chicks in 3 weeks. So that you have to remember. Now, the topic of metamorphosis. So, what is this metamorphosis? Remember, there are many animals like insects, like frog, mosquito, butterfly. So, they undergoes drastic change in their physical structure from the age of their young to the adult stage. So during their stage of development from the young ones to the adult, so they goes under many physical change. I mean their whole morphology gets changed. So this complete change from an form of an animal as it develops from young one into an adult is called metamorphosis. So this whole complete drastic change of an animal from young ones to the adult form, so this is metamorphosis. So remember the young form, like if we talk about the metamorphosis in frog, so here you can see frog, this is the egg which fertilize by the help of sperms to develop into the tadpole. So this is the embryo or this is the tadpole. So tadpoles is having tail like structure, so you can see, and then furthermore this tadpole, that is the late stage of tadpole, that is late tadpole, is going to develop the legs, and further this tadpole will develop into this kind of young frog and then this kind of adult form. So you can see there are many stages of development of the frog after the formation, after its birth. So tadpole, then the late tadpole, then the young frog. So they are changing their physical structure. You can see the tail is going to disappear when this is becoming adult frog. So this is change in physical structure, physical form during from the young one to the adult. So this is metamorphosis. So these are the continuous and drastic change of the organism in their physical structure or physical form. Same type of metamorphism is shown by mosquito also. In mosquito, when adult mosquito lays the egg onto the surface of water, so these legs these are going to undergoing very much changes. So these eggs are going to transfer into the larva stage, and larva is going to convert into the pupa stage, and pupa it going to release a new mosquito. So this is again, you can see how this eggs are going to convert into larva. So larva and mosquito, so you can see there is lots of change in their physical form. So this is metamorphosis. Same time butterfly and silkworm, these are also going to show the metamorphism. So eggs are going to change into the caterpillar. So you can see here the caterpillar physical form, and here is the butterfly. It is having no wing, but here it is having wings. So caterpillars are going to change into the pupa, that is also known as chrysalis, and yes, pupa, from pupa adult butterfly is going to release out. So this is again the change in their physical form of their body. So that is metamorphosis. Now we are going to take the next topic of asexual reproduction. So till now we have discussed about the sexual reproduction. Now in asexual reproduction, it involves the production of new organism by single parent. I have already told you. So it can be happen with the help of binary fission, that means splitting into the two. So here you can see amoeba is the best example of binary fission, in which single parent is going to divide, like elongation of nucleus will take place, then this separation of nucleus and cytoplasm will take place to form two new daughter cells. So this is basically binary fission. Binary means to say two, and fission means to say splitting down. So splitting into the two new cell is binary fission. It happens in the case of amoeba, in the case of paramecium. So this is the example of binary fission. Now we can talk about the budding process also. So budding is, it involves a growth of bulb like projection. So as you can see in this picture, hydra. So this is an example of hydra. So hydra is forming a bud. So this bulb like projection is known as bud. So this is the parent hydra in which bud is going to be developed. So this bud is going to form, and this new bud is going to separate out as a new hydra. So this is budding process of asexual reproduction. So this is all about the sexual and asexual reproduction about this chapter. Now in the last, there is some interesting fact about the cloning technique. So here you can see this is the story of Dolly, the ship, which is a clone of its mother. So how this Dolly ship was produced? So this is the technique given. So here the scientists have, so this technique, I mean this experiment was done in the year 1997, and yes, this the credit goes to Dr. Ian Wilmot, who has done this cloning. And in this cloning technique, what he has done, so you can see, so he has taken this ship, so this is the breed of ship he has taken as a donor egg, and this is taken as a nuclear donor, which is again a different variety of the ship. So he has extracted out a cell, that is the egg of this particular species. So this is the egg, and he has taken a cell of different species of the ship, and he has taken the memory cell. And yes, what he has done, from this egg cell he has removed the nucleus. So nucleus is removed from this egg cell. So this is the cell without nucleus, and here he has fused, he has combined this enucleated cell without nucleus cell with the memory cell, single memory cell taken from the other ship of, I mean breed of ship, and fusion together. So he has got this type of cell. So this combination cell, this combined cell is now has a single nucleus from the nuclear donor. So nucleus is taken from this particular cell. So the genetic material is taken from this particular cell of this particular species of ship. Now this particular cell, or this particular combined cell is begins to divide to become a blastocyst. So blastocyst is a normal stage. So this blastocyst is then inserted into the Scottish blackface ship as a surrogate Eve. So inside this surrogate Eve, this egg is fertilized and it is developed into the fully grown embryo, which later on develop into the new type of organism, that is the lamb, which is known as Dolly. So this is a clone. Basically this clone is, it is a carbon copy, 100% copy of its nuclear donor mother, like this. So this is about the cloning technique. So this is all about this chapter of reproduction. So any doubt if you have, you can ask in the doubt class.